right back at it. Same lighting, same shirt. You can probably tell, but I am picking up right away from the last episode's cutoff. Only really ended there because of like render time, the ungodly render time of things in Sony Vegas, large files like these. Just makes a lot more sense. It's a lot easier on my computer to split this up because I'm pretty sure if I tried to make this like a 2 something hour video, the render time would be like 10 hours. Not even joking. I could go to sleep and wake up and probably not be done. And I could go to school and I would come back and it would not be done. So, well, this just makes a lot of sense. And I don't think anyone really wants to sit through 2 hours of just like one YouTube video. Not that anyone watches these anyway, but you know, it's just 2 hours of just watching a playthrough straight is a little bit more daunting than like 1 hour segments of the same playthrough. So with that reasoning, we pick up right where we left off, sort of just on this very tense and awkward sort of just like crossroads, I guess that they're at, you could say. Whether you want to be that dramatic or not, you can substitute a different word for that, but that's the feeling that I'm getting here. So we left off with Suo kind of getting a strange letter in her bag, left in her bag, not by her but by another party, claiming that they want to be friends. Kind of suspicious, sure, I think she has a right to be a little bit, to question it, basically. And not to mention that this situation resembles one from her past that ended terribly and sort of probably traumatized her. I've been using that word very liberally. I know, traumatized, it means something different for everyone. And for someone like her, who is very fragile socially, stuff like that, it's just, it can break a person, I guess. But if anything, she has it in her that she wants to overcome that old trauma and believe in this person, whoever did this. And of course, as with many of the other choices that we've picked, not all of them, but many of them thus far go with the theme of self-discovery and not reinventing yourself, but I guess discovering yourself and what you really are capable of. Coming out of your shell is how I can put it in very cliche terms. So let's pick it.
本当に友達になりたいと思ってくれているのかも。男子はもういないのだものね。
It's not to say that girls aren't capable of terrible things too, but if that's her reasoning and it pushes her to try and attempt to grow, then so be it.
放課後行動へ。
There already are people. So she makes her way over. It's kind of scary, honestly, being alone in such a large empty space that's meant for so many people. If that's not a little bit creepy, I don't know what is. Granted, I do get freaked out easily. I hate scary movies. I can't play like video games that are horror or anything like that. I just don't have the stomach for it. So maybe that's just me.
初めにもらった手紙は紳士だったけれど、 いかしら。
I think it's really interesting as just a player that you're given this second, you're basically given a second chance to rethink what you did previously. Because I don't know what the other choice did if you just ignore it. If this happens, if this happens when you choose that route as well. But I think, like, subconsciously, maybe this is meant to make you second guess yourself. That this really is a bad idea, and Suo should just trust her instincts here instead of trying to go out on a limb like what she's doing here. But my train of thought was, I committed to this already. I should stick to it. And that's what I did. And that's what I'm going to do.
この手紙も仲良くしてくれようと砕けているのかもしれない。
Unfortunately, this is kind of sounding a little bit like mental gymnastics here, which is kind of sad.
とは言っても
She really does want to believe in the goodness of people. I'll give her that.
とりあえず探してみよう。
いやー、見つかっちゃったか。せっかく脅かす予定だったのに。
佐々木さん？
こんなに早く見つかるとは思わなかったよ。
Now, what's this? Only one reasonable conclusion to draw here that they set her up. They're already, well, the distinction of friend it's a very important one in this game, and they haven't made that designation yet. So, I mean, they're not friends, but they're very familiar with each other at this point. Saying that they have admired her from afar would probably be a lie. So what's going on here?
いや、だから自爆ですよ。
The solemn piano doesn't help either.
佐々木さんたちがいたずらを仕掛けていたの？
でもびっくりした。カバンに手紙なんてラブレターかと思ったでしょ。ワクワクしちゃった。
そうね。少し期待しちゃったかも。
My reasoning for that choice was, well, I guess, what was it? I wanted to pick the second one, if I'm being completely honest, because she's really hurt by it clearly, and intentionally or not, this whole setup has it's triggered those memories, those like the very unpleasant ones that she is trying to basically defeat up until this entire point. So, but even despite that,
本当に？ここって女子校だよ、スーちゃ
even
ん。
despite that, she wants to believe in the goodness of people, not really working out too well, as we can see. And I have a lot of problems with this scene personally. Um, I'll talk about this in a bit. Let's get through this first, because it doesn't really get any better.
これは胸を見ていて照れたまゆりさんと同じ病のようですね。やっぱり女子校ってそういう人が集まってくるのかな。恋だとかわからないけど、同じ女の人に気持ちが向くのってさらにわからないよね。同感。で、どう？手紙のことだけど。
いちごさんたちも一緒だったんですね。
何が？
私をからかって笑っていたあの男の子たちと。
そうちゃん？
ごめんなさい。
Okay, so from my own understanding, there's a lot to unpack there. Okay, it's the scene in and of itself isn't problematic, but and I'm not saying like that content shouldn't have been included in the game. Of course not. I think it has every right to be there, but it's so the setup of the letter that she got was very obviously it was a prank at this point. One that if they knew, one that if the Sasaki's knew that she accepted and she went there, that would implicate her in their minds as a lesbian, right? And they knew that. That was sort of the intention. And when she did show up and they revealed as such, they proceeded to sort of joke about it and make fun of it almost. It wasn't quite ridicule. It wasn't like, but they were talking about it so like it was an alien thing. And it was like, and it was teasing, of course, too. So I guess, yeah, it was making fun of her in a way. And well, you don't need me to say that that's really homophobic. It's sort of like to not only like out someone basically in your eyes and then proceed to make fun of them for it. Like saying like, oh yeah, that kind of person, yeah, that of course they would go to all. Let's just go up and read some of these lines here again so I can unpack them more accurately. She basically calls being a homosexual a sickness, which is just no, like, come on, that's not cool. You know, pressing her about it there, saying it's an all-girls school. They're smiling wickedly, that kind of thing. And the weird thing about all this is that, like, she assumes that Suo thought it was a love letter, and that's actually not true. Suo thought it was like, oh yeah, I want to be friends, basically, and that's the entire reason she went. But how the rest of that played out sort of still struck a bad chord in her, and as it should. Like, it's a very conservative way of thinking, basically. Yeah, and that scene just overall is kind of why I really don't. I mean, I don't dislike the Sasaki's in this game, Ichigo and Ringo, because they're more than just defined by that sort of close-minded homophobia that is displayed in that scene. The worst part is I don't even think they think it's all that bad. They're just kind of, oh yeah, it's weird and unusual. It's funny. Call it a sickness. make fun of people. Like, their intentions don't seem, yeah, they're kind of mean. It's mean spirited. They're like jabbing at him a little bit, but they probably don't even realize just how how mean it can be just overall. So yeah, that's probably one of the scenes I was like least looking forward to replaying again because it's just not. It's just it's hard to read through, basically. But Suo here has been running for a long time. You can hear footsteps in the background. I'm sorry about that. So let's keep going. And it's kind of like at this point, Suo really doesn't have anyone to turn to sort of just like solve this problem with Mayuri, this problem with herself. Because now she's in a bad spot with the Sasaki's. Mayuri won't talk to her. Rika is. She doesn't know what to do either. So what does she do?
なんで私はどうして受け入れてもらえないのだろう。私はどうして愛されないのだろう。でも私の人生にはない。これからどうしたらいいのだろう。あら。
In regards to that scene right there, I mean, sure, Suo she does have a flair for the dramatic. And I think that has been apparent since the beginning. But gosh, I just can't find an accurate way to describe that. But I don't think what she said just now was over dramatic. I mean, sure, it might sound like that way. It does sound dangerously close to the whole "no one loves me, why won't anyone understand me" spiel that every 16-year-old and under sort of goes through. I'm sure a lot of people that age have had that thought run through their heads at least once, if not repeatedly. But her situation is a little bit different because it's well, she just relived a traumatic experience basically, and that doesn't often go over well, to say the least. And just like everything in her life socially is just going badly at this moment, especially like on the heels of things going well just like a week prior or so. Yeah, I guess you could say she's at a low point. And I said before that she doesn't really have anyone to turn to now about this, because she's basically just written off the Sasaki's. I think they probably deserve it at this point. They did a pretty terrible thing. And the situation with everyone else isn't so good, so who does she have to turn to?
図書室でお食事してはいけませんよ。ダリア先生。あら。初めて名前で呼んでくれましたね。あ、すみません。いいんですよ。白羽さんと打ち解けられたということですからね。
Also,
私もスオーさんとお呼びしようかしら。
also strange. Usually they just keep the Japanese equivalent with the honorifics and the translation, but here they change it. Maybe someone else translated this part. But I guess it's okay to eat in the library if you suck up to your teachers.
いつもは苦手なはずなのに。
あ、そうです。図書室内での飲食は禁止なのですよ。図書委員なのですから率先して守ってもらわないと。
Perhaps only momentarily, it seems.
なぜだろう。いつもの苦手意識が出てこないわ。
よかった。元気がないようでしたから心配していたの。お昼の食事の際も早く切り上げたし、お腹が痛いのかしら。
体調が悪いわけではないんです。少し
なんでしょう。
悩みがありまして。
そう。聖書の時間も質問に仕えていたものね。
すみません。
いいのよ。聖書の時間は自分自身と神に向き合うためのものよ。悩み答えられなかったとしても、それは一つの答えなの。
ありがとうございます。
そうだねえ、スオさん。はい。放課後付き合っていただけないかしら。
I feel like if things were going better for her right now, she probably wouldn't have agreed, since her dislike for Dahlia sensei is pretty well established. But like I said before, she has no one to turn to, so even someone who you formerly didn't like might seem a little bit more appealing right now.
どこへ向かっているんですか？
ようやく聞いてくれたわね。今から向かう場所は初夏に行うハイキングの下見なの。いくつか候補があって、どれにするかは例年2回への会の生徒が決めるのだけど、候補を絞るのを手伝おうと思って。たまには運動しないとね。スオさんも気をつけないとお肉がついてしまうわよ。
そうなんですか？
そうよ。10代の頃は気をつけなくても平気だけど、20代も中頃を過ぎるとね、注意をしなくてはならないの。神経質なくらいでちょうどいいのよ。
バスキア教諭っていくつなんだろう。
あ、でもスオさんはもう少し食べた方がいいかも。今なら食べた分は背の方に回るし、成長期だものね。
私食べた分は胸にばかりついて。
I don't think that's how that works. But what do I know? I'm a guy.
そうなの。
そういえばいちごさんに自慢だって言われたばかりだっけ。何をなさっているんですか？
いいえ、そういえば
私はいつ頃から成長が始まったのかしらと思って。だいたい10代が過ぎれば落ち着くと聞いていたのだけど、胸も腰回りまでなかなか成長が止まってくれないの。困ったものよね。
That sounds brutal.
私が苦手意識を持っていたのは
どうしました？気分が悪くなってしまったの？
That's really interesting, actually. It's usually an important association like that would kind of be mentioned early on, because Dahlia is introduced at the very beginning in chapter 1, so, and Tetsuo's dislike for her was never really explained. It was just sort of a feeling that was established and then kind of left alone after that, but there you go, that's the reason why, and she figures it out. It's not very pleasant. It's not Dahlia's fault, though I have my own reasons for not liking her, but it's not like just how she is as a person that's who doesn't like her. It's just she reminds her of someone that she would rather not remember.
いえ、大丈夫です。
そう。気分転換になればと思っていたのだけど。お話では旅に出れば気分転換になると書いてあったのだけど。
ヒッピーみたいにですか？今、愛と平和がないですけどね。え？いえ、独り言です。行きましょう。
Yeah, it's kind of true. She kind of always expects the worst out of just like anything that she does.
道に迷った方がまだ良かったわ。
It's kind of that little last comment was kind of foreboding too. She has a knack for that. Just very ominous little one-liners or throwaways that don't really. Hang on. Sorry, there was a bug in this house a few days ago that it's a little bit too big for my liking. Didn't like the idea of it being in there, so I've been on the lookout ever since. I thought I felt something on me. That's really scary. But thankfully there was nothing there for now. Anyway, what were we talking about? Oh, Sugo's sort of her knack for ominous one-liners. It's happened a lot in this game up till now. And she says like, "Oh yeah, like I had just had this feeling of dread," or "What happened next was far, far worse." Or her entire monologue before Chapter 4. Yeah, it's sort of. I do think it kind of does set the tone for this game. As much as it saddens me to say that. I do think, like, overall, just happiness for her is a very hard thing to find, and you can make the argument that it's self-inflicted, right? She admits to being a pessimist. herself. But it's also, I also would counter that by saying that just sort of like the obstacles to her happiness are often things that she can't control, and the things that she does try to control don't always go over well. So maybe she does have a reason to be pessimistic after all. But let's end this. What is she talking about here? This is a very interesting scene overall, I think. Dahlia sensei invites her out in the woods on a pretext, as she picks up on. But the pretext is to make her feel better? Is there something else? Does she want to give her advice? I actually don't remember if it's like explicitly mentioned.
スオ様どう？気持ちいいわよ。
困っているというならこっちの方が上だわ。
And that is because well, it's because you're gay, simply put.
スオさん？あ、はい。さっぱりするわよ。ご一緒にいかが？
佐々木さんたちならきっと喜んで付き合ったろうけど。大丈夫です。私はあまり汗をかきませんでしたので。
そう。やっぱり少し太ってしまったからかしら。ローブだと体の線が出ないから甘えてしまうのよね。
You're lying. You said you weren't sweating a lot, but sweating bullets now.
ただでさえ汗をかいているのに。バスケや共有でなければ入っていた。
Highly relatable. I envy people who don't sweat a lot. And you know, as I mentioned earlier, I mean, this scene is actually kind of, it's like how observant she is of just like how attractive Dahlia sensei is, more or less. It could be as a result of like, you know, Dahlia sensei's a nun. She's supposed to dress modestly, and if she does have like impressive physical characteristics, basically, then you know Suo wouldn't know because she's always wearing the habit, and, like the stuff that covers her hair and stuff like that. So yeah, of course she wouldn't know, and I guess being surprised by that, it makes sense. Like I guess regardless of of your sexuality, but like it's especially interesting for Suo to take note of all this because she has never liked Dahlia sensei up until this point. And so is it a matter of her reconciling that dislike with the fact that she is actually attractive, or is it that or is this sort of these series of descriptions sort of an indicator that she's gotten over that? I think you could take it either way, and I don't think there's a clear answer either way, so maybe this scene is up to interpretation. I do really like this scene though overall, just like within the story, because it's a very unexpected moment of closeness, I think, between these two characters who didn't really get off on the right foot, at least from Suo's point of view. So this has that going for it. And I think it's well, I mean, the game overall has done and will do in the future a very good job of just like establishing these intimate moments, these scenes where they kind of just like scream at you. It's like, here's where you should pay attention, just like through the use of music and the good dialogue as well. Like I guess the hyper awareness of like the other person's presence that is usually Suo talks about, they all contribute to that. I think it's all done very well. So let's move on with this. It's sort of like the scene does seem like it comes out of nowhere, because it's a character that I had sort of written off up to this point as just kind of a side character, but I was wrong. I had been proved wrong at this point.
ねえ、スオさん。
何でしょうか。
スオさんの生まれはどこ？そう。私はね、故郷はこの学院なの。今は女性しかいない学院だけど、昔は神学を教えてくださる神父様がいて、その神父様の娘が私なの。私はこの学院で育ち、卒業した。そして
生まれてからずっとこの学院に。
Sorry, I skipped that. Need to play it back again.
その神父様の娘が私なの。私はこの学院で育ち、卒業した。そして亡き父の代わりに神学を指教しているわ。
So, I'll point this out now. Something kind of unusual to note here. Dahlia says she's the daughter of a priest. Aren't priests Catholic priests anyway? I think this is... I'm like... Yeah, this is Catholic school. I'm like 99.9% sure I actually don't know the difference if this would be Protestant or not, but like... I'm like pretty sure it's Catholic. I don't know why I would doubt myself now. I've been saying this the entire time. But anyway, it's Catholic school. Aren't Catholic priests supposed to be celibate? Like they never get married. You know, that same with nuns. So that's I'm just like, I saw that the first time and I was just like, very interesting. And it's glossed over basically. Dahlia says she's the priest, Suo just kind of accepts it. They both do. So that's the end of that. If Dahlia, I mean, she's the nun, she should know whether that's like supposed to be a thing or not. It's actually not discussed in this game. I'm sorry if that's too much information or too much of a giveaway, but I mean, there's too much to focus on in this game. We already have 3 main characters. So that's just... It's just a little bit of Dahlia Sensei's backstory that is very, very, like, be on the look, like, pay attention to that, because it's important character information.
Suoさん、私は今日あなたの国会を聞かせてもらおうと思っていたの。森の清浄な空気を吸って体を動かせば悩みも吐露しやすいだろうって。でもダメね。私はこの学院の常識しか知らない。だからあなたが抱えている悩みも想像できない。そんなことでは話してくれるわけもないのに。 修道女としてならいくらでも言葉は出るけれど、私個人としては何を言ったらいいか。それではあなたの悩みは解決しないでしょうね。
先生は何を言ったらいいかわからないと言いましたけど、私のことで深く考えてくれていた。そのことだけで嬉しいです。救われました。
スオさん、そうだわ。子供の頃一度だけクラスの輪に溶け込めないことで父に相談したことがあるの。そうしたら父はこう言ったわ。他人の靴に足を入れてみたらいいって。
靴を？
英語でのことわざのようなものね。意味は相手と自分の立場を入れ替えて考えてみるということをそう表現するそうなの。自分の人生と相手の人生が入れ替わったとしたらどう感じるか。私はその言葉を聞いて自分ばかりに自問していたのだと気づいたわ。
It's advice that's repeated so often that it's become a cliche. But it's a cliche for a reason. And in this case, it might have not been able to arrive at at a more timely manner, because Tsuo is kind of at an impasse as to how to deal with her despondent Amity partner, and now this whole new situation with the Sasakis. So perhaps this is this is exactly what she needed to hear.
私もそうだ。
As we see.
私の時とは悩みが違うかもしれないけど、あなたの力になれたかしら。
I also like this scene because it's like we learn a lot about Dahlia, of course, about her backstory and stuff that's very interesting, but also her as a character, because to an extent she understands her own limitations, and the sort of disconnect that she will inevitably have as a nun, almost a lifelong nun, if you think about her backstory. And that in contrast with sort of just like these adolescent girls who probably come from, you know, a more modern and like sort of just like an entirely different lifestyle, and for her to be aware of that it humanizes her. I mean, it just makes her more than this mysterious but gentle figure with the sort of strange air about her that Suo has been talking about since the beginning. So that's why I like this scene. And it's also very unique because it's like, up until now, the game shows like this focus, at least momentarily, on a character that's not, you know, it's not Suo, Mayuri, or Rika, you know. It actually cares about like this world building instead of just like focusing only on just like the plot, like the main plot. And it does so in a way that makes sense. It builds its characters, its side characters, and its environment in a way that makes sense, still makes sense within the story. So I think that's where this game is really excelling in this chapter in particular.
Mayuri-san.
ごめんなさい。見当違いの話だったわよね。
違うんです。すごくためになって。
本当？
And this is the second time that Suo has made this observation that Dahlia Sensei is kind of acting a little childlike right now, immature, might say. My takeaway is that, like, she's very sheltered. So, in like living at this academy for your entire life, like, wow, I cannot imagine that. I would just go insane. So yeah, oops, totally just kicked the desk right there. I'm sorry.
ありがとうございます、ダリア先生。
どうしたんだい？乙女がしてはダメな顔をしているぞ。
Now with that scene over, I want to reiterate what I said at the beginning of the previous part, which is think about what this chapter title is referring to and how it relates to this game as a whole. I spent so much time talking about it earlier because I really do think it's important. And I wouldn't have, I wouldn't have spent so much time talking about it if the title was literal, you know? Because each of these, like, you can actually see this literal manifestation of the chapter title somewhere within the chapter, even if the connection is a little bit tenuous, or you have to, like, do a little bit of analysis to unpack it. But this chapter title is different because there is no literal dance. And I wouldn't be so hung up on it if there's like a metaphorical one, an obvious metaphorical one, but there's not. It's just like I'm so frustrated about, like, not being able to figure this out that, like, I really don't know. I can make the argument that the dance is that previous scene with Dahlia sensei, and that means that the person who she is, the person referred to in the chapter title, is Dahlia sensei. But is that really the point of the chapter? Is that scene supposed to be the central, like, the image that you take away from it? I mean, sure, there's a valuable lesson to be learned there. Seeing things from other people's perspectives is something that Suo has been failing to do up to this point, sure, but I really can't figure it out. I'm sorry. I guess I'm so, like, another reason I'm so hung up on it is because, like, I think it's, like, a nice title. I like just, like, how it sounds. I like how it fits within the game. But I just can't figure it out. It's so frustrating. Well, let's move on.
いえ、初めのクッキーを作る時の手際と比べたら随分と上手になっているので。
男子3日合わざれば刮目してみよと言うじゃないか。まあ僕は正真正銘乙女だが
Is
ね。
this supposed to be all the more? I don't know that saying. Or maybe it's a Japanese saying or an idiom. Doesn't translate well, who knows. This does not matter. This should not be a turnoff. I am biased because I think she's great. I love her. So, and again, I can't speak from the perspective of Suo, who definitely, as I said before, sees her differently.
さあ早くプレゼントのケーキを焼いてしまおうじゃないか、スオウくん。
はい、八代先輩。プレゼント？それならケーキを送るのはどうかしら。 ケーキ食べ物？
ええ、そう。プレゼントといっても両住まいだからアクセサリーとかは無理でしょ。
It's pretty rough. Can't even personalize your own belongings. Again, I don't know how these girls do it.
遠く離れた町に買いに行くわけにもいかないし、それになんていうのかしら、手作りって気持ちがこもってそうじゃない？
お茶会の時に出せるし。
サプライズでプレゼントも素敵だけど、やっぱり本人に聞いた方がいいわよね。私はケーキならチョコケーキがいいかな。あ、催促しているんじゃなくてね。
As perceptive as Suo is, I think it's her tunnel vision here that is really at fault in this scene. Because she doesn't pick up on the fact that Rika thinks this is about her. Rika thinks that Suo is directly asking her if she wants a present. And Suo doesn't pick up on that because she thinks that it's already been established that they're both talking about Mayuri, but they are not. And this is very awkward because Suo just does not realize this at all. So she's going to proceed with this cake, and we'll see where that takes everyone.
ケーキを作ることになったけれど。
どうした？そんな目で見ないでほしいな。もうつまみ食いはしないよ。
そんなつもりじゃ。手伝っていただいているんですから、八代先輩の分はきちんと用意してありますよ。
それは分かっているが、作っている最中につまみ食いするのはまた別物だよ。なんというか、一味足らないのがまたいいというか。しかし友人への感謝の気持ちにケーキを焼くか。実に女の子らしい発想だね。これをもらえる友人が羨ましいよ。
八代先輩ほど人気があるのなら、クッキーやケーキはよくいただくのではないのですか？
いや、なぜか甘いものが苦手だと思われていてね。普通の料理などは調理実習の際にプレゼントされるのだが、甘いものはとんと送られることがないね。
コミカド先輩からとかは？
ああ、ないない。ああ見えてあいつは不器用なのさ。料理なんてしたら指がなくなってしまう。
意外だわ。
We learned something new about Dahlia sensei and mini Dahlia sensei from... I guess I remembered wrong, but I thought it was that scene earlier with Dahlia sensei that we found out how old she was. I just might have guessed that she was in her mid to late 20s because she talks about that stuff like, oh, once you get into your mid 20s, you gotta be careful about what you eat. That whole little tidbit. I thought that gave it away, but I'm not really sure if that was... she was repeating just something she heard, although I think it seems more likely that she's just talking from experience, right? So, yeah, I'd say like mid to late 20s, and Kamikata was like, what? She's like 15, 16, so 15 years younger, I think, is probably the best guess that I have.
逆に料理上手な君が羨ましいよ。ずいぶん手慣れているようだけど、 家ではよく手伝っていたのかい？
祖父と二人暮らしだったので、家事は大体私が。
Back hurts from slouching in his chair. Posture sucks. It's gonna come back to haunt me.
祖父も私もあまり甘いものが得意ではないので、お菓子作りの経験はそんなにないのですけど。
そうなのか。経験がないのにさっきのクッキー作りなぞずいぶん手際が良かったがね。
あれはホットケーキミックスを使ったお手軽なものなので。松代先輩？
そんなに怯えなくていい。さすがにあれだけ食べればクッキーはいいさ。しかしなんだな、こんなに料理が上手なら僕の専属コーチになってほしいものだ。
専属コーチって。
It did seem like it was a pretty private conversation. It's funny that she just now mentions that they're not alone. Other people have been listening in on them.
いえ、その委員会に入っているもので、そちらで忙しくて。
そうか。教えてもらうだけでは悪いから、こちらも教えられるものを提示してウィンウィンにしたいと思っていたのだけどね。
教えてもらいたいもの。
何かあるかい？
バレエ。
バレエか。自慢ではないが、僕は少しばかりバレエにはうるさいぞ。
Somehow that's not surprising.
羨ましいです。私、いつもバスキア教諭に居残りを命じられて。
意外だな。スオ君はスポーツ関連は得意そうな風に見えるのにね。
陸上だとか走るだけ、飛ぶだけなら得意なんですけど、いろいろこうルールが難しいものは苦手なんです。
ああ、なんとなくわかるな。僕もはじめサッカーのオフサイドとかはちんぷんかんぷんだったよ。まあ弟の影響でよく見るようになってからは理解できたけどね。割と手間がかかるね。
普通のショートケーキならこの作業はやらなくてもいいんですけどね。いい匂いだ。暑いですからつまみ食いしてはダメですよ。
さすがにこれに指を突っ込む度胸はないさ。
Oops, I think I missed the laugh. That's
さ
important.
すがにこれに指を突っ込む度胸はないさ。
A little bit, but it was there.
八代先輩はバレエが得意とおっしゃっていましたけど、将来バレエのダンサーを目指したりとかはしないのですか？
バレリーナを目指してるってことかい？いや、自分には無理だよ。才能がない。小説や映画好きのスオ君に分かりやすく言うなら、ブラックスワンのようになりたくないというのが本音かな。
doesn't surprise me that she likes Black Swan. As much as funny as that sounds, just I don't know. Fits her character. That's all I'll say.
いや、なりたくてもなれないか。僕はね、もともとが執着の薄い人間なんだ。だから一つのことにあれだけ執着し極められるということに憧れる反面、億劫だなとも思う。スオー君が仲良くなるためにプレゼントをと言っていたが、僕にはこれも大したものだと思うよ。なかなか手間をかけてまで相手を喜ばせようとはできないからね。
本当は仲良くなるためにプレゼントを送りたいのではなく、以前と同じ彼女に戻ってもらうために。
分かっているよ。佐々木くんたちとだろ。最近様子がおかしかったからね。動機がどうあれ手間を惜しまないというのは変わらない。きっと君の願いは叶うさ。
そうでしょうか。
初めに会った時から比べると君は変わってきているよ。
私がですか？
It's only been about a week. We'll see what her reasoning is and whether I agree with it or not.
ああ、以前よりもなんというか柔らかくなったというか、バイタリティが増したというか。
Or, sorry, maybe a week is not. I think it's like a week and a half because it was 10 days? No, 2 weeks. Because at the beginning of the chapter, she said it was 10 days since the orienteering, right? And then 4 days between that really awkward scene, the body measurements, and now. So it's been 2 weeks. And the orienteering was not when they first met. They met like a little bit before that, like a few days before. So it wasn't a few days before. I said like a week before. So it could be anywhere between like 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks to 3 weeks. Yeah, I think that's a fair amount of time to change, especially when you're aiming like it's your active goal to change, like Suho.
それに変わっていっているのは君だけじゃない。佐々木くんたちもだ。
佐々木さんたちも。
Not sure if I agree with that, but
以前は明るく社交的に見えても、最後の最後では自分たち二人の意志が同じであればそれでいいという感情が透けて見えた。
do I even need to say it? That is not a word. Not gonna try to pronounce it because it's supposed to be thought. Only mixed up 2 letters, but that's a lot of letters to mix up where there's supposed to be none.
だが今は他者の考え方、受け取り方を学ぼうとしている。例えばスオ君を知ろうと努力したりね。
私のために努力してくれている。
まあその変化がクリスマスキャロルのようないい変化ならいいがね。
Seriously, though. It's such a nice looking cake.
本当に嬉しいわ。 スオさんがケーキを焼いてきてくれるだなんて。
And that's what I mean. The misunderstanding is, well, it was never resolved, and so Rika still thinks that she made a cake for her and not for Mayuri.
佐々木さん、まゆりさん、八重垣さんも。
So in a way, this is where it all comes to a head.
今日は私のために集まってくれてありがとう。とっても嬉しいわ。まさかクラス全員が来てくれるとは思わなかったから。自分で発案したのだから少し恥ずかしいけど、これからもクラス一人一人のお誕生日があった日はこうして開いていこうと思います。
So why did Rika think that Suo was baking a cake for her? It was because of a detail that was not really mentioned at all, because Suo had plenty of other things to worry about, but arguably an important one regardless, because it's Rika's birthday, and birthdays are a big deal, always. So yeah, it's gonna be a little bit hard to correct this mistake, even if she even attempts to.
それでは私、花火師立花のお誕生日会を始めようと思います。
誕生日って。
だよな、この年でお誕生会ってな。
今日のはただのお茶会じゃなくてお誕生日会だったの？もしかして。
And she finally figures it out.
自分がもらえると勘違いしたから。私、なんてことを。
Yeah.
あ
It's
りが
kind
と
of
う。
humorous considering the very tense events of the chapter leading up to this point, but she still has to fix it somehow.
どうした？世界の終わりみたいな顔をしてるぞ。
For her, it might be.
私にとってはそうかも。
Yeah, I stole that line from her. I have to admit it. I'm sorry. I ruined the comedic timing of it because I thought it was pretty funny.
はあ？
いえ、なんでもないの。八重垣さんは立花さんに呼ばれて。
だと思うだろ。だけどそうじゃないんだな。さすがに自分のお誕生日会を開くから祝いに来いとは言いにくかったみたいだ。
それじゃあ。
お前のとこのもう一人のアミティエ、高坂が部屋まで誘いに来たのさ。
まゆりさん、やっぱりまゆりさんはまゆりさんだわ。私だって何度助けられたか。
It's just occurring to me now, the second time I've played this through. Something that's kind of strange about this whole situation is, why doesn't Suo realize, why doesn't she think about like that that body measurement incident, basically, as I call it. She's a lot more concerned about quote unquote getting things back to normal than she is about like the truth of the situation, whether Mayuri actually kind of like why Mayuri so vehemently denied like having a thing for Rika. Basically, Zuo up to this point has not considered that once. And if she's so like fixated on Mayuri, like she's, why doesn't that occur to her? And the implications of that as well. I don't know, it's like you would think like that would also be like a cause for concern in and of itself, just like, you know, out of the concern or out of a sense of looking out for your friend's well-being, right? But she doesn't even think about it at all, like once. Huh. I don't know. I mean, she has plenty of other things to worry about, sure, but I don't know. Just that's odd now that I think about it.
なんだかまた面倒事があったみたいだな。
It's a never-ending one.
ま、手伝わないけど応援はしてやるよ。今の私は小林一茶の気分だ。お前は痩せカエルと同じ程度だってこと。
That's a reference that I don't understand. So let's just roll with it.
そうね、そうだわ。頑張ってくるね。
If you think it's strange to have a scene break there, well, it is, for a start.
「痛くはないかしら」。なんで私は彼女と一緒にお風呂に。
That's the question of the hour, isn't it? It's very... I don't know how I feel about the placement of this scene. Because this is not linear, obviously. Up until now, this entire story has been told linearly. One event naturally progressing to the other, but suddenly we skip forward a lot, missing a lot of information. And sort of takes out some of the suspense, in a way. And this is probably like my submission for why maybe this scene should have just been kept towards the end of the chapter. Because up till now, we just don't know how this is going to be resolved, and we still don't know. All that we know, just from this being presented to us here, is that it will be somehow. But how? And it's very, it's very intimate, like, obviously. Because you hear that's the piano from the end of chapter 3. That's supposed to be like, I forget exactly what words I used to describe it at the end of chapter 3, but it was supposed to be sad and kind of gentle at the same time, like bittersweet in a way. And I think that's the same feeling we're supposed to get from this scene here, right? Because whenever like a certain piece like like a music piece is used in a soundtrack and it's repeated, that's usually an indicator like, oh, this is how you're supposed to feel both times. It's supposed to be the same, or at least similar. So it's very jarring, you know, being just thrust into this scene, like this intimate scene so suddenly, and then taken out right away, because we're gonna go back to that tea party and see how this happened. Basically, we're gonna answer this question.
Mayuri-san.
Fade to black. Flashback.
スオさんは元気のないまゆりさんへケーキをプレゼントしようとしていたのね。それを私が勘違いしてしまって。
In a way, yeah, it's a little bit. You could kind of view it as, oh, you're giving someone else a present on my birthday. That's pretty messed up, because today is my birthday and it's all about me. Yeah, you can totally take it like that. Suo obviously had no malicious intent, but did what she just did. Can you consider it rude? Maybe. Does that mean it was the wrong thing to do? I don't think so. I think Rika has the maturity in a sense to admit that.
少し残念だけど、私は友人を元気づけるために行動できるスオさんのような人がアミティエで嬉しいわ。リカさん。私もいつものまゆりさんに戻ってもらうにはどうしたらいいか考えていたの。だからこれは嬉しい誤算なのよ。はい、スオさんからのプレゼントよ、まゆりさん。
ああ。ありがとう。
I don't think that comparison ever gets old, no matter how many times it's repeated, because, well, if there's a theme of this game, it's that. Her smile is like a warm spring day.
勇気を出してよかった。
私のために焼いてくれたんだね。手間もかかったろうに。
そんなことないわ。八代先輩も手伝ってくれたし。
スオさんは欲がないな。そこは私一人で作ったんですって言ってもよかったのに。プレゼントは嬉しいけど、さすがにホールを丸々一つは食べられないしね。これはみんなで食べようと思うんだけど、いいかな。
Best kind of present, honestly. Wants food and you share it. Again, second time in this playthrough in approximately 25 minutes. Nice.
よかった。
スオちゃん。
There's one more thing to resolve here. Two. Maybe if you look at it, you know, since they're two different people.
佐々木さん。
リンゴって呼んでくれないんだね。 私はね、私スオちゃん。
いえなんで佐々木さんたちとあの男の子たちを一緒にしていたのだろうって思っていちごさんやりんごさんはあの時の男子たちと全然違うのに。
男の子たち？
私はね、以前佐々木さんたちがしたように手紙をもらったことがあるの。
まあ、スオちゃんモテそうだものね。
でもそのラブレターはいたずらだったの。暗くて内気な私をからかおうと男子が出したのよ。
それはひどいよ。
私は佐々木さんたちからもらった手紙を男子から送られたラブレターと同じだと受け取ってしまった。だから聖堂で笑いながら二人が出てきた時、
ごめん、誤解させちゃったんだよね。
本当に誤解。自分に自信がないせいで悪い方へ思い込んでしまった。でもね、私自分が佐々木さんたちだったらって考えてみたの。
私たちだと思って？
相手の身になって考えてみる。そうしたら分かったの。佐々木さんたちがあの男の子たちのような悪ふざけをするはずがないって。冗談やふざけることはあるけれど、人が傷つくようないたずらはするはずがないって。これは誤解して2人を傷つけてしまったお詫び。受け取ってもらえるかしら。
スオちゃん。
Okay, so, well, that's all well and good. They cleared it up. They're probably all chill again. Great. Everyone lived happily ever after, that kind of thing. But I'm going to be a killjoy here. And because I don't really agree with how that scene played out, basically. Because I don't think the Sasaki's really apologized for the right reasons. And by that I mean they apologized clearly, because they sort of just like unwillingly dredged up those unpleasant memories that Suo had from a previous school, which is, you know, all well and good. It obviously, you know, sparks something bad in her, and so it's right to apologize for that. But the stuff about like the other problem that I have with that scene is that it's just very the comments they were making were very homophobic, right? And that's not even addressed here, because they poke fun at Mayuri for like being in a similar situation, and they like sort of suggest that like Suo acting the same way is sort of it's like not right, quote unquote, right? And so it's like that's not really brought up here. It's not addressed. It's basically ignored or forgotten about. And it's like, well, how would you have acted if, like, say that happened and then you found out she really was gay? Because, well, one, that's the case. She is, at least as far as we can tell. And two, saying things like that and then doubling back on it just because you personally and inadvertently insult someone by making those kinds of comments is you see what I mean? Like, it's not addressed that what they said was inherently wrong, you know? the basis of their teasing was just it was inherently homophobic, and it was just like they didn't even talk about that, and I'm just like, I mean, if they're all on the same grounds again, Suo doesn't even mention it. She doesn't even think about it, talk about it herself, so I guess that's not a big deal to her, which is kind of weird because she was kind of talking about it at the beginning of the chapter, right? And since then it's just been dropped. They haven't made one mention of that since then, so that's kind of weird too, but I guess if they're all well and good, then why am I complaining, right? Except to push my own agenda, of course. But anyway, that's why I still have a problem with how all of that played out. That would make sense. I mean, I feel like I could have explained it better, but of course I can't talk live, can't do live commentaries very well, so there's that. I'm sorry about that. But yeah, enough negativity. There's still a couple more scenes. One more scene I think we need to finish, and then we're going to be done with chapter 4. This actually ran a little bit longer than I think any of the other chapters combined, just because I was talking so much. There's just a lot to cover here because there's so much new information, both good and bad. So let's finish this up.
人に頭を洗ってもらうって素敵だね。
I want to pose the question one more time now that we're at the end of chapter 4. As in, what is the dance that's mentioned in the chapter title? And maybe it is the one with Dahlia. Maybe it is the sort of the retreat with Dahlia, we'll call it. Because thematically it's important. Without it, we probably wouldn't have, Suo probably wouldn't have drawn the conclusions that she needed to make up with everyone. But it might also be this. There's no dancing going on here. It's just they're just, two gals being pals, as I mentioned earlier. They're just talking in the bath. No dancing going on here. That would be dangerous. Someone could slip. So the dance is metaphorical. And we've established that. But what is it? Let me throw out some theories here. A dance is, it's you set on some music and you move around to it in a certain type of style or a pattern that's supposed to evoke some sort of feeling. Right? I mean, I could probably explain a little bit better than that. But the style is contingent to the feeling, basically, and I guess the music is contingent to the style, is contingent to the feeling. Okay, so you got, like, take for example salsa music, which is very, it's very upbeat, and the beat's very syncopated, so it's supposed to be fast and exciting and things like that. I think the clothing that you wear is also important. So that's the feeling that type of dance is supposed to evoke. But like a mental dance? Well, dancing is also is also a form of it's a way to display intimacy, right? You don't dance with someone. I mean, professionally, of course, there's that, but you don't dance with someone unless it's someone that you're familiar with to an extent, someone that you know and you love in a way. Where was I going with that? I feel like I was making a point. So maybe the dance here is like just like accepting like your newfound closeness. I don't know. Let me just finish this scene. I'll keep going with that thread. I feel like I had a point to make.
なんだか懐かしい気持ちになる。
でも
スオさん。スオさん。無理だ。スオさんのように振る舞うことがだよ。私には無理だ。きっと流されていただろう。ここでダメでも次があるさってね。
私は内気で落ち込みやすいし、自分に甘いダメな人間だと思う。
Don't you mean you're too hard on yourself? You're aware of every little mistake that you make. I think that's probably a translation error.
だからみんなに無知だとか無能だとか言われても恥ずかしくない。
Same.
でもダメだとか下手だとかはみんなが決めることだけど、無理かどうかは自分で決める。私はこの学院で何
That's important.
私はこの学院で何一つ諦めたくないの。
そうだ。ああ、そうだね。また自分を諦めて騙してしまうところだった。ありがとう、スオさん。
そうだ。
何？
I like that. There's an attention to detail. You hear her voice echo off the bathroom wall. They recorded it differently. It's there was some care put into this, which is nice to hear.
いえ、そうだ。あの後雰囲気に流されて。これだった。恥ずかしくないわけないじゃない。
For the uninitiated, anytime anyone uses that line in a Yuri manga, it's always just like this flimsy defense. Never works. Doesn't work here, doesn't work anywhere else.
今日はありがとう。
Don't believe it for a second.
はい。
もう一度きちんとお礼を言いたかったの。思えばスオさんには助けてもらってばかりだなって思って。
そんな私は。
オリエンテーリングの時だって一番に駆けつけてくれるし、今度のことだって。スオさんはなんで私にそんなによくしてくれるの？
I could posit a guess as to why, but she doesn't know it herself. So why would I say it? It would ruin the weight of them. It would ruin the weight of those words.
Suo さん？
私
あの身体測定の時、なぜ私があんなに気持ちが抑えきれなかったのか、スオさんには知っていてほしいんだ。私がイチゴやリンゴさんに大声を上げてしまったのは、スオさん？もしかして聞いていなかったの？
She's about to reveal a very important tidbit of information.
いえ、決して変なことを考えていたとかじゃなくて。
Yeah, that's convincing.
しょうがないな。
I mean, we reached some of those conclusions on our own. And Mayuri whether she was about to confirm or deny that, yeah, that would have been important.
すみません、もう一度言って。ずるい、スオちゃんに髪の毛洗ってもらってる。
And of course, anime timing strikes once again. This is like the third time, I think, at least, if not more than that. So it's it. Like that very important information is gonna have to wait another, well, for who knows how long, really.
佐々木さん。
I think one of the takeaways from that last scene, man, I missed that piano already. I love it. It's gorgeous. It's so good. It's so easy to lose myself in that scene, in those scenes every time that plays, because I think it shows up again after this. I forget where though. But like a takeaway from that is like, it's kind of like Suo can never let herself be happy for too long, because if she does, you saw that line. I went back and looked at it earlier, where she's kind of just like enjoying the moment a little bit, and she says this: a dark, wanton feeling. Well, what is that? It's so. It's such a mood killer, and it's not her fault, because when you word it like that, it's like, it's not like, oh, I'm being pessimistic again. It's like something that is out of your control, so it's like, it's not her fault, but it's just like, even like the intimate, the happy moments, like up to this point, not all of them, but a lot of them, the important ones, like this one and the one at the end of chapter 3, have sort of just been like shattered by this. Momentarily, at least, they've been shattered by this. Either by outside forces or by just like this negativity that threatens to like bubble to the surface every time. Like she has like this opportunity at happiness, however fleeting it might be, which is. It's not a good look. I'll say that much. And that's and that is also in conversation with like her narration at the beginning of this chapter, which was just very bleak and foreboding overall, because I think it's important to pay attention to those things.
すごい。スオちゃんがお風呂 呂に入っているの
For now,
初めて見
I'm
た。
sorry, I talked over what she was saying. For now, we should really end this. We're running kind of long. So let's just repeat what Miko said here.
そういえばお風呂入っているの見るの初めてだよね。すごい、スオちゃんがお風呂に入っているの初めて見た。
その言い方は私が不潔みたいな気が。
あ、じゃなくてずるいよ。私的にもスオちゃんに髪洗ってもらいたい。私としても同意。
ダメだダメだ、これはアミティエの特権なんだ。自分のアミティエに洗ってもらうんだね。
何それ、ずるいよ。意味不明。私的には一緒に洗いっこした方がいいと思うな。だってユリは身体測定の時みたいにエッチな目で見るかもしれないし。
Doesn't have a damn clue, I swear. That, basically, that comment made Mayuri depressed for like a week. Whatever, I forget how long it was exactly. It was like 5 or 6 days, I think. But like, wow. Oh man, this is like this chapter out of all of them is like the one where the Sasakis are my least favorite because I think they make an appearance in all of them. But yeah, just SMH.
まゆりさん、
そうだそうだな。ああそうだ、せっかくだから2人がどんなに育っているか。
Oh man, I messed it up again.
ああそうだ、せっかくだから2人がどんなに育っているかとっくりと見せてもらうとしよう。
ちょっとそんなに見られたら恥ずかしいじゃん。
女同士だから恥ずかしくないんじゃなかったのか。
And we have basically proven that that is not true.
佐々木さんたちとも仲直りできたみたい。これでいいのよね。
I think that's it. That's where we end chapter 4. I'm gonna try to keep this. I'm gonna wrap it up here. Try to keep it short. But what I was saying earlier about the dance, the heavily metaphorical dance that we have established, is probably that scene in the bath. The one before the Sasaki show up, and it's a mental one. It's the dance of just like relishing that newfound closeness, like the fleeting nature of that newfound closeness, especially because it was very fleeting. It not only was it interrupted by like she talks about like the dark ones and feeling, but the moment shattered too when the Saki's come running in and it's all like it just chases away that important information that she could have found out. So I think the dance is around those things. It's around the things that threaten to shatter that moment, and sort of just it's in conversation with like just the fleeting nature and how hard those moments are to come by. Maybe. Gosh, I totally just smacked my laptop. And I could be just completely wrong. It could be just they just pulled the title out of their butt and they were like, oh, here you go, this sounds nice, and I am over analyzing it to heck. It's very possible. But hey, it's fun, it's what I study. That's what I'm probably gonna do for a living, so why not practice it on a video game? So I stick by what I said. I'm not saying I'm right, or that I'm wrong. Probably am wrong, though. But I think there's a lot of ways to take it, and it's a little nice that this chapter ends on such a high note compared to just like the tension that pervaded the chapter, as well as the very foreboding intro. But that's where we end for now. Will his happiness stay around? My guess is no, considering the fleeting nature of happiness in this story, but it remains to be seen. Until next time, my name is Ottermelon, and I will see you all in chapter 5.